You have never seen fall colors like this.
Subscribe below.
On the last episode of Double Nickel Road Trip, Lexi and I sprinted nearly 1,000 miles to complete the final leg of our 2,700-mile journey from the Ponderosa Pine Forest of Flagstaff, Arizona, to the mountains of Roanoke, Virginia. While in Roanoke, I attended the wedding of my fraternity brother's daughter. And now, after a couple days rest at my sister's home in Greensboro, North Carolina, Lexi and I are on our next adventure, taking in the epic fall colors while traveling through another very special place, Ashe County, North Carolina. Bordered by Virginia to the north and Tennessee to the west, Ashe County sits in the mountainous northwest corner of North Carolina. During my childhood, I would come to Ashe County twice a year. You see, this is the boyhood home of my great-uncle. My great-uncle and his wife raised me and my sisters since we were small children. And though I haven't been back to Ashe County in over 30 years, I knew it would be the ideal location to check out this year's fall colors. West Jefferson and its adjacent twin town of Jefferson have a combined population of just over 3,000 people. Boy, a lot has changed since I was here last. West Jefferson was a tidy and hardy rural town, a hardware store, a coffee shop, a feed store frequented by industrious tobacco farmers donning denim overalls, and handsome housewives shopping for their families. Today, West Jefferson is still beautiful, but the shift to tourism is definitely noticed. Today there is an outfitter, a microbrewery, along with trendy restaurants and cafes. The county's focus on tourism certainly makes sense, with an average valley elevation of 3,000 feet and mountain summits towering 5,000 feet into the clouds, means that summer temperatures in Ashe are much more like those of New Hampshire than they are of the rest of the southeast United States. That makes Ashe County the ideal summer getaway for Carolinians sweltering in the metro areas just 100 miles away. But when my family would come to Ashe County so many years ago, we didn't come to visit West Jefferson. We came to visit the farm where my uncle's ancestors homesteaded 200 years ago. In the 19th and early years of the 20th century, Ashe County was considered one of the lost provinces of North Carolina. It was so remote, mountainous, and steep that very few people traveled here. In fact, when I came here as a child, this very road was dirt and gravel the entire 8 miles to Apple Grove. Welcome to Apple Grove, North Carolina, population 12. This is the homestead that my uncle grew up on as a child. His father, a hardworking farmer, wore many hats. Not only did he farm the land, but he was also the postmaster of the Apple Grove Post Office from 1930 until it closed in 1971. I recall my uncle telling me that he and his family built the adjacent barn out of wormy chestnut in the 1940s and that it would stand for 100 years. Though Ashe County has largely given up tobacco as a cash crop, it hasn't abandoned agriculture altogether. Ashe County grows more Christmas trees than any county east of the Mississippi. In fact, an Ashe County Fraser fir has been selected the White House Christmas tree on 4 occasions. Now I'll shut up and let you ride shotgun as we drive up Big Springs Mountain to the Tennessee border. Hey Double Nickel crew, thank you for joining me on this episode of Double Nickel Road Trip. On our next episode, I head back to Columbus for the first time in almost 2 months to take in an Ohio State game with friends and fraternity brothers. And then I head through West Virginia and over the Shenandoah Mountains.